Hello, good. We're at Chef Amadeo restaurant. Today we'll prepare dry lobster rice, a typical and tasty paella in this area. Now we will explain to you in a step-by-step manner how to prepare it. Extra virgin olive oil. We begin by sauteing the lobster a little bit. We will take a few turns. We will not suffer greatly. In order to prevent it from drying out later, however, we must give it a few turns to ensure it is not left raw either, since it is a rather large piece, so it needs to be thoroughly cooked and well done to perfection without any raw parts remaining. We will additionally include some prawns and crayfish. This will leave a spectacular flavor. As you can observe, it has not been fried extensively because we will add it later when there is a small amount of broth remaining, so it will be fully cooked in that situation. In seafood, same, we'll give it a few turns only so it stays al dente when placed on rice. Next, we will add the onion. The onion is what gives the rice its delicious flavor. We put a teaspoon of garlic, very finely chopped garlic. Next, we will add the tomato, grated natural tomato. 3 tablespoons of tomato will be added. At this point, we'll fry all the ingredients thoroughly, making sure to cook them until the acidity is completely eliminated from the tomato by frying it in the pan. Next, we will add the fish. In this case, I have chosen monkfish as the type of fish. Next, we will add the sweet paprika. You have to be careful with the paprika because if the paprika burns, it will make it bitter. This is given a few turns so it never adheres to the pan, and then we will proceed to add the rice into the mixture. The rice is approximately 100 grams per person, and we will give it a couple of turns to fry it. We must keep stirring so that the rice does not stay in the same place and does not burn on one side. This is extremely important in rice. Next, we will pour the broth. The broth typically amounts to 2.5 portions for every 1 portion of rice. When measuring it at home, you have to put 2.5 cups of broth per serving. Rice, 2 small pots and half a broth per serving. Now we turn the heat up very high. Now, we will have it in this manner for approximately 8 or 9 minutes. Let's add a small quantity of salt now, but not all of it. Now we will add a small amount so that it starts to absorb the rice and the fish, and then we will adjust it when we are close to finishing the dish. We are going to add the ñora. The ñora can be prepared in 2 ways. Alternatively, you can soak it in water and scrape the meat off and put it loose, or put the whole ñora with the boiling broth and release all its properties in the paella. Now we will add saffron. Saffron is diluted in water. As you can see, rice has been boiling for about 5 minutes. And then we add the saffron to prevent excessive boiling and minimize loss of its properties during prolonged cooking. One of the tricks this rice has is the bay leaf. Normally we don't usually put bay leaf in fish rice, but in this rice we do, because since the lobster releases a stronger flavor, the bay leaf goes very well with this rice. Now we are going to give the lobster a couple of turns, ensuring that the broth is still there, so that the lobster cooks inside and is completely cooked through, resulting in a deliciously tender and flavorful dish that will be enjoyed by all who partake. We placed it upside down initially, so that when we flip it, it will remain in the desired presentation for people to see, as paella should appear. We will make an attempt to add a small quantity of salt to assess its impact, and we will take necessary measures to correct any deficiencies. This is the appropriate time to rectify if it is insufficient or if the previous addition was deemed satisfactory. We'll position the lobster as desired to ensure it stays in place while we finish cooking the paella. As you can see, it is a simple rice dish with the peculiarity of the lobster and what I am adding now, which is a little bit of chopped parsley. It is what differentiates a small portion from the other seafood paellas by the color, the sight, and the flavor it offers. Now it's been 8 minutes boiling the rice on high heat. We'll lower the heat and it'll be about 8 more minutes, 5 more minutes. That also depends a little on the rice we use. But here the rice is typically cooked for about 14, 15, 16 minutes for the paella. 15 to 16 minutes the paella is done, so it depends already. I inform you that it relies on the type of rice you utilize. If you opt for senya rice, bomba rice, in this case, I utilize senya rice, traditional rice, because I believe bomba rice is more suitable for creamy rice dishes. It absorbs flavors more effectively and doesn't become as dry as bomba rice. I have a preference for bomba rice for creamy rice dishes. A matter of taste, but well, no accounting for taste. Little faleras missing from paella.